Hey guys, this is your boy Rod from DBZSHFIGS.com, and today I'm bringing to you an unboxing and review of S.H.Figuarts Frieza First Form and Frieza Pod. But before we get started, I just want to let you know that I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Once I reach that milestone, I'll be giving away one of these Tamashii Nation Store exclusive Son Goku Innocent Challenger. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe. You might be the one taking this one home. But yeah, let's take a look at the box here. This is a pretty big box. It's pretty thick, honestly. So as usual, we have our Tamashii Nations quality sticker. It's the big one, meaning that this was the first issue of the figure. And this one happens to have a golden Toei animation sticker, which means this is an Asian figure, which makes sense because I bought this in Tokyo. So if you bought yours here in America, it'll be silver instead of golden. But anyways, this figure was released in April of 2021 for $78. Usually I go through a little bit of history of the specific character. However, this is the first and only Frieza first form that we've ever gotten. And honestly, I don't think we will probably see a new one for a while. This one does a pretty good job of everything that it needs to do. So yeah, so if you haven't picked one up, I know these are scheduled to be reissued between March and April of 2025. So if you don't have one, wait. If you do really want one, I know they sell some on Amazon. They're a little overpriced, but I'll leave the link in the description in case you really need one. But yeah, anyways, here's the box. We have Frieza being all devilish here, laughing at the impending doom of the Saiyan race. We have a picture of his crotch up here for some reason. And then on the side, his hand holding the blast beam, him laughing, him looking with the scouter, and then just a random picture of the pod. In the back here, we have him pointing and laughing, and then just a bunch of different poses you can do with him. On the top, here's his face. On the bottom, here's him looking a little seductive. But anyways, let's get him out of the box. So here we have the figure in the clamshell in case anybody's interested in how that looks. You know, the box is pretty big, but it's also pretty full, you know. I don't think there's much space that they're wasting here, so pretty good choice by them. So here we have our buddy Frieza, but before we get started, make sure to check out my website, DBZSHFIGS.com, where you'll find a complete archive of every single release in the Dragon Ball S.H. Figuarts line. The site is constantly being updated and includes figures like the recently announced 40th anniversary Broly and 40th anniversary Cooler. So make sure to check that out. But here we are back, and this guy looks pretty cool, to be honest. I always thought Frieza was a cool looking character, you know, back when we only had him in Dragon Ball Z, you know, for a single saga. But I'm glad that he's getting more screen time, like in Super. Probably has to be the most important villain in the whole series, and all the series combined. But yeah, this guy looks pretty good. I like the paint. I like how the purple looks juxtaposed with the white and the black of his helmet. Is it a helmet? Is it part of his body? I'm not sure. And then you can see all the different details all along his face, all the riches here on the side, the evilness in his faceplate. The Saiyan armor here folds up, and the hands. The pink looks really nice on camera. Is it pink or is it salmon? I don't know. And then everything just looks really nice. The armor, I love how glossy it looks. Looks so cool. You know, even down to like the feet. The feet look cool. That's a nice shade of purple. And then the tail. Oh man. I'm really glad I have this one. I'm really glad we have a Frieza in every single one of his forms, you know. But anyways, the accessories that he comes with. So out of the box, he comes with this faceplate, which is just like an evil grinning face. And then he comes with like a screaming, shouting face. Another one of the grinning, maybe just normal looking faces. Some with like a scared almost, you know, like, oh damn, they got me beat face. And then he also comes with this face and this helmet. This one is like a screaming, like throwing a ki blast face. You know, I feel like this one will be very good when he's throwing the big ki blast to Planet Vegeta. But yeah, I mean, looks really cool. He comes with a scouter, It's like a pink scouter. I'm pretty sure from the looks of it, you'll be able to take out this ear right here and just slot that in there. And then he does not come with a lot of different hands. He comes with the closed fist out of the box as usual. And then he comes with this pair of hands, which is just like an open palm, like gripping hand, almost like a handshaking hand. And I would even honestly call it Kamehameha hands, but of course he doesn't do that move. But he comes with those, and then 2 single hands. So there's like the pointing one for his right hand. And then there's that pointing to like his chin, also only for his right hand. So that's it for the hands. Little effect piece like that just barely fits on the little finger there. The actual pod. So here's his body in here. In case you didn't know how it worked, you basically have to pop off half of the body, the upper body of Frieza, and then pop it in here. And then that's pretty much it. And then it comes with this little plastic clear stand that you just put here. And there you go. That's how it stands up. So that's a nice touch. And then lastly, another one of the Namekian Dragon Balls. This is the 5-star Dragon Ball. I almost said 6. But yeah, another step towards completing my Namekian Dragon Ball set. But now I think all that's left is the expensive Ginyu Force, so I don't know when I'll get around to that. All right, so if you want to know how to change the pieces, maybe this is your first S.H.Figuarts and you're not used to having separate hands and face plates and stuff like that. I'm just going to go through a couple of examples. So with the hands, you just got to hold and grip around the forearm, and then with your other hand, pinch, pull it out. It shouldn't be too hard, but it does require a bit of force. And then you're going to choose whatever hand you want to put. And then same thing, hold on to the forearm. And then with the other hand, you're going to squeeze like that. And yeah, that's pretty much how you do it. And then with the head piece or the face, first you want to pop up the head by just basically taking it off the peg there. And then with this one specifically, the face should just pop off like this. And then the difference between the 2 heads that it comes with is that this head, the one that's already included with the figure, is for face plates that have like the mouth closed. Whereas this one, it's basically for the faces that have the mouth open, extended like this. So this one would be for these 2. And then this one would be for these 3. But anyways, if I wanted to change the face, I would take this off and then choose whichever other face I want, like this one per se, and then just attach it here. But before you would attach it, you would decide if you just want the regular ear or if you want the scouter. So if you want the scouter, you would just attach it. There's 2 holes there and 2 pegs. You just attach it there and attach it back in here, and there you go. Frieza with scouter. And just pop it back in. It's good as new. If you want to detach the tail, just grip your Frieza and pull the tail out. And then if you want to detach the body, just it's kind of hard to show, but it comes out rather easy. You shouldn't have to force it, but that's how it comes out. And then here in the pod, this back one is where you want to attach your tail to. So should attach pretty easy. And then the Frieza as well, just fold his arms a little up so they don't get in the way. And you hear a nice little click, and that's basically it. There we have our Frieza. Unfortunately, it just happened that he's looking kind of intimidated right now. Maybe he just found out that Saiyans can go Super Saiyan. So that's pretty much it for Frieza. So now we're going to jump straight into the review. And first of all, we always start with articulation, and we start at the bottom here. So starting with the foot able to rotate the full 360, able to bend down, up, you know, ankle rocker, side to side. Basically all the normal stuff you see with feet nowadays. Pretty cool. And then the knee is able to bend this much, which is quite a bit. Like, it's literally almost touching his butt. You know, his tail may get in the way, but it's a very nice extension. And then the leg, able to kick up this much, able to kick back this much, and then the side this much, and 360 at the leg as well. Then at the torso, you're able to twist it 360. It may pop off, but you can basically pop it in however you want. So that's cool. And the thing about this one is that the torso popping off and popping on, it's very nice and simple just because it has to be able to in order to be used with the pod. So I know there are some figures where it pops up and then it's hard to pop it back in at times, but this one's pretty easy. And then we're gonna move over to the ab crunch, which non-existent basically. Just a little wiggle there. That's pretty much it. And then we're gonna move over to the arms. So the Saiyan armor, like I mentioned earlier, does move up and down. So that's pretty good. And then the shoulder, able to extend this far up. If you twist it, it's this far up. You know, full range of motion basically. And then the bicep rotates 360. It does have a butterfly joint so that it could go inside about this much comfortably. And then the elbow is able to bend this much. So he's showing us his bicep right there. And then at the wrist, 360. And the fist is able to bend up or down, however you like it. And then the head, you know, 360 very easily. He's able to look down this much, which is pretty good. He's touching his armor at that point. And he's able to look up, which is good for a shorter guy like this because he's used to looking up. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Oh, I almost forgot about the tail. The tail here at the ball joint, you're able to move the tail side to side, twist it 360, you know, basically anything that you could imagine with articulation at one point here, it can do. So that's pretty good. So for me, honestly, in hand, this figure feels really, really nice. And I always appreciate the extra articulation with the tail. Of course, I appreciate the articulation with the Saiyan armor. Everything just feels nice. Like, this, honestly, is a figure I could play with, like, all day. He's just easy to pose, fun to pose. You get all the articulation you could ever want, you know? So for me, this is going to be a 5. I really don't know what else they could improve on besides the ab crunch, but it's not really noticeable enough that you won't be able to use the figure. Next up, it's accuracy, and I'm going to pop up this picture right here. And, I mean, just look at it. Perfect representation of the character. Perfect figure for this character. Easy 5 for me. Next up is price to plastic ratio. So just a reminder, this one's $78. Comes with the figure, comes with the tail, comes with a different head, comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different face plates, comes with 6 total hands, and then comes with a scouter. And then if you want to count the ear, I guess, since it's removable, comes with a little effect piece, comes with the Namekian Dragon Ball, and it comes with this big hunk of plastic over here. Oops, just dropped it. The pod, which is honestly really nice. It's really sturdy, really detailed inside. I don't know if I showed you earlier, but you can see like the back of the pod here, the body, and then like the different controls, you know? So it's a pretty nice piece. So as far as $78, it's kind of expensive. I understand that, but considering we're getting like a King Goma for $75, and that one looks a lot less impressive than this, you know, is this really a bad deal? Well, it's not the best, but it does include a lot, you know. I like the pod, I like the Dragon Ball. So I'm gonna give it a 4. If you could get it at that retail price, it's honestly not a bad deal for an iconic figure like this. So next up, we have scale, and I've brought my friend Vegeta here, you know, Super Saiyan version, because is the one I had handy. Should be the same size, right? Well, I'm gonna pop up this picture right here. So this is a tricky part, right? Because, you know, in anime and manga, characters can be portrayed as like different heights depending on the frame, you know, or the panel. Sometimes it varies issue to issue. But based on the picture, they look like they're about the same height, right? But then also online, according to the official heights, Vegeta's supposed to be 5'5". Frieza first form is supposed to be 5 foot tall. So they're supposed to have 5 inches of difference. Now I have them here standing next to each other, and honestly, they do seem to be about 5 inches apart. I know people have an issue with Vegeta specifically, maybe being a little too tall compared to Goku. But to me, honestly, this looks like really nice. But like I said, especially with Frieza first form, since we don't have a lot of time with that specific character, it's hard to judge. To me, I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt and give it a 4. Now, lastly, we move over to shelf presence. And to me, honestly, if it just came like this, I think I'd be more prone to giving it like a 3, maybe a 4 if I was feeling generous that day. But the fact that it comes with the pod, and you could put them in here, and then with the different pieces, like with the finger and the effect piece, he could actually look really cool like this. And this was with minimal posting. I know people are way better posters than me, but honestly, that looks so cool. Like, you could literally just have them like that, and like the figure just speaks volumes just to the evil that's within that little body. So for me, it's gonna be a 4 on shelf presence. So overall, Frieza first form and Frieza pod gets a cumulative score of 4.4 out of 5, which is honestly pretty good. Honestly, this is one of my favorite figures, if I'm being honest. You know, from the moment I felt it in my hand, it just, I don't know how to explain it. It's just so smooth. And I don't know if it's just the particular figure that I got or if it's with every Frieza, but honestly, this is one that I'd recommend everyone get. It just feels so nice. It's so easy to pose, especially with the pod. It looks menacing enough, and it's honestly not a bad value for the money if you could get it for retail, which, just a reminder, again, is scheduled to be re-releasing between March and April of this year, so make sure to get it if you don't have it. But yeah, anyways, if you disagree with any of my ratings, you could go on DBZSHFIGS.com, go to the Frieza first form page, and down there's going to be a poll where you could submit your own scores for all the 5 categories that I graded it on. And while you're there, make sure to check out the Amazon Deals tab, where you'll find all the best deals on Amazon for Dragon Ball S.H.Figuarts that I have personally selected myself. So yeah, anyways, I hope you enjoyed the content. I hope you subscribe, and I hope you have a nice rest of your day.